Hi, everybody, and thanks for joining us for another PHNX Suns podcast. This time, it's a pregame show brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's #1 sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you know whenever
they won't
we
let
are
me
live.
leave. Help me. Help me.
This is my 4th show since midnight.
I just looked up and Gerald was making eye contact with me, like, please get me out of here. They won't let me go.
Help. Help.
Oh, shit, fam.
Listen,
Shit,
you guys.
fam, put it on a t-shirt.
A lot of stuff has happened in the last 14 to 16 some odd hours. I can't count at this point. But there is a game tonight, believe it or not. The Suns will face off against the Atlanta Hawks. And there are only 9 guys available to play for the Phoenix Suns in this one.
9 guys.
When does the NBA look at this shit and be like,
Maybe-
we can't have
yes.
games on trade deadline day?
Yes.
It makes no sense. They're automatic like washes for half the teams that participate in trade deadline. Like, just make it a holiday. Give everybody the day off.
Agreed.
So I don't have to
Player-wise,
deal
anyway,
with
we still
9
have to
Suns
be-
players against the Hawks tonight.
Yeah, no, I was literally thinking about that after we got done with our show earlier this afternoon, because now my mind was like, okay, game. Now we got to worry about this. Who's gonna play? And then we came to the conclusion that there are 9 available players for the Suns. And while yes, you can play a basketball game with 9 players for sure, you're down what will be your starting 5 eventually.
Pretty much. This is Matt Ishbia's moment. Get out there. Show us what you got, Matt.
Maddie, sign yourself to a 10-day.
I've been told I look like Devin Booker a bunch. I'm sure I have. Just by transitive, I could do
The
something.
more tired I get, the more you look like Devin Booker.
The more tired I get, the more I think I'm Devin Booker.
All right, but
Is that 9 counting Devin Booker?
No.
Okay. I hadn't done the math because I can't count right now. So.
if Devin was playing, I would probably feel a little bit better, but he will not be playing. But here, let's put a pin in the game for just 1 second. Okay, we'll get back to the game. I do have to bring up, because the chat is also talking about it, the Suns made the trade official just a few minutes ago with the press release and on social media. And everybody is in their feels, even more than we already were in our feels, with what the Suns were tweeting out about Cam and Mikal. Like, they put together really sweet montages of some of the best moments of Mikal and his teammates, and just his fun smile and his goofiness, and Cam as well. And I don't know, it just kind of, I feel like it got real when that happened. You know what I mean? That means it's done with the league. It is officially official. There are no takebacks. Like, this is where we are.
It's not often you have 2 young players that are as well liked by an entire fan base and as important to a team's success as Cam and Mikal and getting traded away. And obviously that's because, as we've talked about, this type of superstar trade mid-season is basically unprecedented.
Yeah.
But yeah, it hurts. It sucks. You know, we've been seeing the Mikal Bridges faces and memes. He's getting choked up about it. But
I am a
we see, literally, but we see the memes on the internet. We remember the Cam Johnson lemonade stand. And especially for me, hearing how they've talked about, you know, when it comes to contract extensions and wanting to be in Phoenix for good, and how much the community, the fan base, the team, their teammates have meant to them over the years. It's tough, and I'm not looking forward to when we get that first Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson presser, because Mikal, it took some adjusting to get used to life out here after growing up in Philly, and now he's going to have to do it again in Brooklyn, and it's
Brooklyn
a good
and
place.
Philly a little closer than
That's
than
true.
Phoenix.
That's true, but this was like his second home, so it's going to hurt to see his reaction. And
His pinned tweet is still, I don't ever want to leave at
yes,
Suns.
I know.
it's devastating.
It's so sad. Like, brutal. And I'm sure, like, Mikal had posted something on his Instagram earlier today about life in the Valley. I'm sure we'll get one eventually from Cam Johnson. All I will say is just go flood those posts with all of the kind words, all of the good vibes and whatnot. Let them know that we understand it's a business, of course, but that we valued their time here in Phoenix, both on and off the court, and we appreciated them. Like, I'm sure I speak for everyone here, but if not, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Cam and Mikal have fans for life here in Phoenix, regardless of what team they're playing on.
It's very much like, since I'm the old man on the show and a bit of the historian, it's very much like when Jeff Hornacek got dealt for Charles Barkley. That was a guy that was drafted here, played here, became a fan favorite, was one of the better players on the team, and had grown into that position, and then got dealt to Philly, and he's still a fan favorite here. Although coaching the team hurt it a little bit, but he's still a fan favorite here, and I think that's the way it'll be with Mikal, in particular Mikal, but Cam as well. But I think Mikal's about to make a lot of money because Brooklyn Bridges is a hell of a nickname.
It is. That is pretty solid.
You get some solid merch out of that too.
Yeah.
And I think your sentiment was reflected in some of the things that were in the press release from Matt Ishbia and James Jones. So I'll just read a little bit from that. Mikal, Cam, and Jae have been franchise cornerstones during one of the most successful runs in team history. I want to thank them for all they've contributed to the community in Phoenix and to this organization. That was from Matt Ishbia. And then James Jones also had nice things to say about Mikal and Cam, but not so much the third guy they traded. Mikal and Cam had an immeasurable impact on our organization on and off the court with their attitudes and approaches to the game. We thank them and thank Jae for all their contributions to our success over the past seasons.
And he did it while wearing a red shirt that said, "Fuck Jae Crowder." All right.
Yeah.
Look, you don't have to go flood Jae Crowder's timeline with nice things.
But
Say
you
whatever
also
you'd like.
don't have to go flood Jae Crowder's timeline with mean things.
You can if
either.
you want. I'm not encouraging it, but I'm not telling you don't have to. Right?
We've done enough. We have all done enough over the last however many months it's been. What, 4 some odd months? 3 months? 4 months?
Yeah.
I can't count
A lot
anymore.
of months.
I don't know.
Math is hard today, especially today of all days. But just let that one go, I would say. That was the last jab from the Suns, last jabs from us as a whole. I think it's time to just let Jae go. And unless we meet them in the playoffs, then it's all fair
Then
game.
it's back on.
Okay,
In
but
the
until
finals,
the playoffs.
we can start that chant that they were doing in New Orleans.
I'm
right?
sure they will. And I'm sure
Oh,
they
I'm
will on
sure.
March 16th when the Bucks are in town for the first time.
Oh, boy.
Or no, wait. I think, is it the Bucks or the Nets? I can't remember.
I don't know.
That was a lifetime ago when I tweeted that.
Now, Nets were already here.
Yeah,
so it should be
recently.
the Bucks. Yeah, March 16th, I'm pretty sure is the date.
I may take that night off. I might have to go help
Oh,
the
you're
fans
going to go
chant.
to the
March,
game?
March 14th. That's the date.
I may have to go help the fans chant a little bit.
Oh man, look, it sucks the way this whole thing unfolded with Jae, because like he was legitimately a fan favorite before we got to the season. Like, yes, teams played off of him in the playoffs and forced him to beat them and whatnot, and he couldn't. But like the salsa dancing, the valley oop, the fuck Jae Crowder shirts, like those are all unforgettable moments that have now been soured by the way this whole thing has turned out, and it's kind of unfortunate that he handled it that way and that this is the way that it ends.
Yeah, I mean, one of the greatest playoff moments in team history, and without him, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
One of the best passes I've ever seen in basketball.
Yeah.
To get that to Deandre Ayton. So I joke, all right, about that, but he did have an impact. He chose a path that none of us agreed with this year, and so be it. But I'm glad he was part of the last few years, because it put the Suns in a better place than they had been, and he helped bring one of the best names to ever be on the team here now. So
Yeah.
Did you guys just realize this? Somebody in the chat brought this up. This is the first game in like 5 years that we're going to watch Suns game without Mikal Bridges on the court.
Yeah. It's going to be weird.
That one hurt a little bit.
I feel like this is all going to hurt a lot more before it gets better.
let's be fair.
Like, I think the fact that Kevin Durant, we don't get him immediately makes this, like, is going to drag this out even more.
Yeah.
Until, like I said in our show earlier, until KD is on the court in a Suns uniform playing basketball, every game up until that moment, I'm going to be like, where's Cam? Where's Mikal? What is this?
365 regular season games and 35 postseason games.
Okay, I need to know, and everybody and their mother has been asking this question today. Mikal missing a game because of a trade, does that go against his Iron Man streak?
I don't think it can.
I don't
If he's
know.
not eligible to play, it shouldn't count, right?
I have no idea.
when did the Nets play next? I should probably look that up, but
They play tonight against
Do they
the
play?
Bulls. Yeah.
they can't hold it. I mean,
That would be so
cannot
unfair.
play. He cannot play. There's no way for him
God,
to play.
that'd be the most like sadly poetic thing. Like we traded Mikal Bridges away and ruined his
And
Iron
we
Man
stole
streak.
his
That's so
streak?
inconsiderate.
You know what the most
Wow.
Mikal thing would be? To suit up tonight.
Oh man,
That would be such a Mikal thing to do.
It would be.
I don't think he will, but I'm just saying.
Just put him out there for 1 minute and take him off. Like
Oh,
just keep the
man.
streak alive.
Yeah.
There's no way that can count. I don't think that would be
Oh,
fair.
it does. Not him not playing.
Him
Yeah.
not playing shouldn't
no.
count because doesn't. Well, I guess if the trade is official now at this point.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
do you have to go through any sort of like physicals or anything before you can play?
no, you have to do that before it's official. So it's official.
Bro, that's BS. If that.
Yeah.
Unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe.
You know, what I also think is going to be painful is tonight's game.
Oh
Yeah.
God, dude.
I do not think we're going to see very good basketball this evening.
Yeah. So about tonight's game, let's go ahead and show you the injury report. We'll start there. It's an easy place to start. On the Sun side of things, Devin Booker will not play in this one due to that left groin injury management. This is nothing to worry about as far as I am concerned. We saw the same thing when Cam Johnson came back from his injury. They're just proceeding with caution. And we have a back-to-back tonight, tomorrow. So it makes sense that Book would sit one of those games out. And tonight is that game. Cam Payne and Landry Shamet still remain out for the Suns. And then on the Hawks side, they're good.
Yeah, they're
None.
fine because they completed their annual tradition of not trading John Collins.
John Collins may drop 60 points out of frustration tonight. Like the
Yeah.
poor guy, especially with that rumor that he was the other guy that was
Yeah.
going to come to Phoenix. And now
Mhm.
he's like, I could have been with you guys
Yeah.
and I'm here. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling great about this.
No,
No.
they beat us by 32 last week, and now we don't have Mikal, Cam, KD, TJ Warren, Book.
Landry.
We're gonna
Cam
need Chris
Payne.
Paul and DA to run 70 million pick and rolls to have a chance
I
tonight.
guess we shall see. Who do you guys think the starting five is going to be? I haven't seen the Sun share it yet.
I
so
think
what
Dwayne
are your
tweeted
guesses?
it out.
So
Oh, did he?
I'm going to guess. I haven't looked.
me
Chris
see.
Paul, Damian Lee,
hmm
Torrey Craig,
hmm This is the tricky one because Dario's gone now too.
Oh yeah.
Jock Landell, and Josh Okogie or Jock Landell. Jock Landell and DA.
Yep, you got it.
Nice.
You got
Solid
it.
work, Espo.
I mean,
big lineup.
I was picking 5 out of 9. I mean,
the odds were in your favor.
5 out of 9 where 2 were guaranteed.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So Chris Paul, Damian Lee, Torrey Craig, Jock Landale, Deandre Ayton.
God.
So
I love Jock. I'm glad he's getting the start, but oh my God.
The dual big lineup's gonna be something.
How do you guys? Do you guys have any faith whatsoever in this game, or are you already at the point where you're like, it's a wash, it's unfair anyway?
You know, I'm guessing today was immensely emotional for the entire
Incredibly
team
emotional.
because if we love those guys, imagine how they felt about them, right? So, well, I'd like to say that the bump of the Kevin Durant excitement would carry them. I think that it was probably emotionally draining, and that in and of itself kind of removes my faith in this going the way that we hope. Maybe we're pleasantly surprised, but I just feel like that's gonna be the case tonight.
Yeah, I could see that happening, to be completely honest with you. I still decided on taking the Suns tonight. I have the Suns by 2 in our picks as far as who we got tonight and by how much. I don't know why. I wonder, like, Espa, you're 100% spot on that it must have been an incredibly emotional day. I know they canceled shoot around this morning just to kind of give the guys some space to feel their feels, maybe go talk with Cam and Mikal. I know Monty seemed pretty emotional prior to the game talking about Cam and Mikal. So you're 100% spot on with that. But I don't know. My gut just told me to take the Suns by 2 tonight.
Yeah, I took the Hawks by 7, but again, this is the kind of game. How do you gauge it in any way? It's such a weird position to be in. So Atlanta did kick their ass last time. I mean, there's no way to sugarcoat it, but I've seen crazier things, so you might be right, but I'm going to go Hawks by 7.
I'm going Hawks by 10, and I think I went with 10 just to be generous and not be a jerk to the state of the roster. It's going to be rough tonight. The Hawks have literally everyone, and they just beat the Suns badly last week. I don't see this shaking well. Maybe they'll surprise us, and they'll take that last matchup personally. They do have that going for them because this team likes to do that. But then again, half of the guys that like to do that are no longer here.
Just
so
trip there.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Suns go on an early run and fade late because they just don't have the bodies and everything. That wouldn't shock me if they went up early. Yeah. And if they do, if you think they might, DraftKings has got a great little.
Do they
thing.
still?
I took it today.
Okay, I see because I couldn't find it on mine today.
Yeah, I took the Suns where you can take their money line there, and then if they go up by 10, you cash in at that point.
Okay,
so.
I was curious if that happened. Saul is a DNP as far as who he picked to win it, but I can tell you that he thinks the Hawks are going to win it based on the pick he made on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. But before we get into that, Espo, what do our friends at the DraftKings Sportsbook app think about this one?
I think it's 8, so they're right in the middle of where Gerald and I think it'll be tonight. But if you're feeling a little saucy, you can get that plus 265 on the money line like I did, and if they go up 10, you're going to cash in on it, which I'm hoping they do it early and I cash in on it.
Yeah, that'd be a nice win for sure on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. What did you make as your official pick for our bets part of this?
I went big today.
Okay.
Because I thought, well, there's not that many other people that are going to take this first shot. I went Chris Paul making the first field goal tonight at plus 1,000.
I mean, those are some big odds.
I get right back in this if I hit on this tonight.
Yeah.
I win $100. So.
See, tonight's game felt really weird. Like there was not much that I was like willing to bet on, to be completely honest with you. So I kind of went similar route as you. First field goal type Suns. This is a 2-point bucket at a plus 125. So as long as your Chris Paul hits a 2-point bucket and not a 3, I'm okay with that, Espo.
Yeah, I'm okay with both of us winning on it and Saul losing somehow.
This is true. Saul took the Hawks money line. It is a minus 275, so it's not a big win. But again, if the Hawks go up by 10, regardless of the outcome of this game, he'll hit on that bet as well. If you guys are feeling a little fun tonight and you want to get in on the action on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, or if you're just feeling risky, I suppose this one's a little interesting.
Feel something.
There you go.
If you've been up since midnight and you're losing your mind,
download the app right now. Sign up with the code PHNX, and new customers can bet $5 on the NBA and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. With that code, PHNX. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void in Ohio. See show notes for details. All right, guys. End of the show is coming close. I know this game is kind of a weird one as far as like diving deep into anything just because of the nature of the Suns team as it stands. But what would be like some of the keys for you in this one, or what are you at least hoping to see?
I'm hoping to see a report that Reggie Jackson has signed after his buyout with the Suns. Like those are the kind of things that I'm hoping for good news. I'm not thinking the game's going to provide much of it. So
just don't miss any threes, and you'll be right in this thing.
Yeah.
Don't miss a single one. Don't miss a single 3-pointer.
Do you guys want to feel something?
Yes.
The injury report was wrong.
What? Oh,
you like that?
We added Kevin Durant.
Are you booing? Isn't that a good thing?
It makes it feel like it's more official. Kevin Durant is a Sun.
No,
he's going to be back
I thought he was going to be like, surprise, Devin's playing tonight.
Or surprise, Trae Young's just sitting out for some rest.
Okay, I don't have the power to like actually change things. I control the graphics.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Hey, guess what? We still have 3 shows left before this week's over.
That's true, we do.
Fuck. We do.
We do. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I didn't really plan anything for this final segment. So anybody got, like, you want to help me out?
We got the jersey still.
Well, Well, yeah. What are we wearing tonight? What are we wearing tonight, Espo?
We're wearing
the Suns and the Hops.
You're wearing a beanie with a plaid shirt. Gerald's got a Heisenberg shirt, and I'm wearing a hoodie right now. For those of you,
Super Mario mix.
Super Mario. I like it.
Thank you.
I said somebody told me it should be High Sunberg when I said that they were
High Sunberg.
Oh, clever.
Anyways, back to what the Suns are actually wearing. The classic editions tonight. So you're going to see really great jerseys with 2/3 of the team not in them, and the Hawks are wearing their association edition, white with red and gold. And big thank you to Leah Merrill, who just put coffee next to me. So I'll be here for postgame, I think.
All right. Should we say goodbye early?
We should.
I mean, if you
Nothing
guys
else
are,
good is gonna
because I
happen.
saw some people asking about buyout stuff in the chat. We did cover that on our podcast earlier today, a lot of buyout candidates, but Reggie Jackson does appear to be a front runner just to satiate your buyout questions for now.
Mm-hmm. And if more news does come out, we will, of course, discuss it in the post-game show. And we'll dive deeper into that type of stuff there.
Reggie Jackson appears to be a front runner, as in he wants to join the Suns because he wants to be with the best team in the NBA. Is that what you mean?
Well, I mean, I'm sure he does, but
I don't know
I think a front runner, as in the Suns, are looking more at him.
Gotcha.
As far as
That makes a hell of a lot
their
more
tier
sense.
system of the buyout market, he might be towards the top of it.
That makes a hell of a lot more sense. Just ignore me, like you usually do. So.
Okay, well, enjoy tonight's game as best as you can, you guys. Thank you for joining us in the pregame show. As always, make sure to come back and hang out with us. Same place right here after the game wraps up. Bye.
PHNX.
Hey yo, my lifestyle is retro. Tell the Phoenix Metro. Megas in control and he ain't never gonna let go. PHNX though, Lindsey, Gerald, Espo. Saw past the ball, we here to turn up the tempo. Got to understand me, I'll always rep the family. Rally in the valley like Dan.